Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. I discovered a channel, a guy by the name of Jessie Peterson. I ain't saying I agree with all his point of views, but he does definitely draw a different approach, and he voiced his perspective at a different angle that I respect, and I like some of his points that he make. Let's check him out. I'm gonna interject as it go.
Let me go to Atticus out of Dallas, Texas. Atticus, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Yes, Jesse. I want to speak to you regarding the affirmative action thing.
Okay.
You speak of?
Yes.
Okay. Well, when it comes to affirmative action, you say that blacks are not qualified.
Right.
That they only get into these schools because they're not. Are you saying they're not intelligent enough to get into school?
Right.
On their own merit?
Yes.
That's what you say.
Yes.
Okay. So in the beginning,
I love his approach. It's antagonizing, but I don't see how people. A lot of people just fall into it and let them prick their nerves, and they say what they want to say, and they show their true colors. So his approach, I do understand it, because a lot of these things I do believe he do understand, but he'll prick at a person in a way where it makes them go off instead of explaining their point and making it valid and articulate and understandable to everybody. So the way he come at them, I like it. It's unorthodox. It's unique. It's different.
when these schools, are you saying this just now or since the beginning when these schools started? Such as Princeton. Do you realize that there were black people that attended Princeton and actually graduated from Princeton before nowadays? Do you realize that?
Are you saying they got in before affirmative action existed?
Yeah, they got in before affirmative action existed.
Because back in those days, Atticus, black people were noble people. They worked hard. They got married. They set good example. They bought land. And they didn't blame anyone for anything. They were able to overcome. But since the civil rights movement, blacks have not developed. They look to so-called black leaders to tell them how to think and what to do. They rely on the government to provide for them. The men are...
Prior to the 1960s, it does appear that Black America was thriving economically more so than today. When today we have more people, it's more melanated people here, and we still don't own enough or have enough say-so and control in our own futures. And that's just my opinion. That's Jesse's opinion. We're going to carry on.
Like black women in that they are emotional, they live in their imagination, they're angry, they become like their mamas, mothers. And so they're not capable today of doing it on their own. That's why they fight for reparations and affirmative action, and they try to take for the white man. Black people today is not the same people that they were prior to the civil rights movement.
Okay. I see that you're good at making all these assertions regarding black people, but you exclude yourself. You know, none of these things that you say regarding black people, you don't include yourself in those, though.
And you know why, right?
No, I don't know why.
Because I'm
because
not.
You
I'm
think
not.
that you somewhat above, you know, the average black person?
Yes.
Is that why?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I don't believe that the white man or anyone is superior to me. I believe that if I put the effort into it with a good attitude, there's nothing that I cannot do. I treat all people the same because I understand the battle is a spiritual battle, has nothing to do with color. And so I treat all people the same. And I have faith in God that all is well.
You don't treat all people the same, Jason.
Yes, I do.
You don't at all. Okay.
Why you say I don't? What do you mean? Give me an example of not treating all people the same.
Let me give you this example. Now, you say that black people feel inferior.
Yes.
But when you say that blacks are not smart enough to get into schools, you know, and they're taking the place of whites and Asians and all this and that, you're saying that black people are inferior.
Right.
That they're not as intelligent.
Right.
Is that what you're saying? Black people have less intelligence than any other people?
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
But
may I tell you why? You. Am I wrong?
So now, let me ask you this. So does that include you?
No.
That's that man's opinion. That's that man's opinion. No, I don't feel like that in the way that he do, but that's his opinion, and I can respect him enough as a man to listen to him and his opinion. I don't have to align with it. I try to find something good out of everything and everybody that I encounter. Even if I might not like the majority of what they're saying, I try my hardest to find something good out of what they're saying. So by him saying that, I know where he's going. Watch this.
Are you less intelligent?
No, I'm black and slow, but not that black and slow.
You black and you the slowest, Jason. You really are.
Let me give you the proof.
You the slowest.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. I want to respond to what you said, and then I'll let you respond some more. I'm not going to hang up. If blacks didn't think that white people were superior to them, or if they felt that they could do it on their own, if they believed that, would they be begging for reparations and affirmative action?
Who, you asking me that?
No, I'm asking the moon.
Yeah, that's the thing that you always try to create these hypotheticals.
No, I'm asking you. Right. It's not a hypothetical. You know? If they believe that they are as smart as the white man, would they be fighting for affirmative action and reparations? Yes or no?
If was a fifth, you and I would be drunk.
No, if the fraud didn't have a glass ass, he wouldn't have broken when he jumped either.
Yeah. So why are we talking about?
Why can't you answer that?
Yeah, because it's you trying to make up a question to only make you right.
No, I'm asking if black people believe that they could do it.
Scenario.
If black people believe they can do it on their own, would they be begging for reparation or affirmative action?
Okay.
And you say?
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Hold on, Atticus. I want to go quickly back to Atticus out of Dallas, Texas. And I made the point that black, not all, but most, not all, but most black people believe that white people are superior to them. And the proof is in the pudding. In the last 70 years, at least since the civil rights movement and all that, most, not all black people have been focused on white people. They have been begging and blaming and not building but destroying. They have been begging for affirmative action and reparations because they want to get into the white schools. And unfortunately, a lot of the white schools, Princeton and others, have allowed them to get in without having to earn it, UCLA and others. And they have pushed aside white kids and Asian and Hispanic kids to let the blacks in because, slavery. And none of these blacks know anything about slavery, right? Affirmative action, Jim Crow. They don't even know the truth about Jim Crow. Systemic racism, police brutality. So the black, even the males too, they're begging. The males are begging like women. Now, men don't normally beg and blame. They normally overcome the issue. They deal with it, go right to it and deal with it. But the black men are just like their mothers, just like the women, they're begging and blaming. And they're not qualified to get into these schools. They're only there because of their skin color. And affirmative action and now reparation is the proof of that. Atticus is trying to disagree with me on this. And so I had to hold him over. I didn't have to, but I held him over from the last hour to finish that conversation. Atticus, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
So if the blacks don't believe that white people are superior to them and they believe they can do it themselves, why are they begging for affirmative action and reparations?
Nobody's begging for affirmative action or reparations. When it comes to affirmative action, that was put in place because before blacks were not admitted to these schools. Even when it came to Princeton, the first person that went to Princeton that was black that showed up once they realized he was admitted. But the first person, once they realized he was black when he showed up, they put him out. And when it comes to reparations, you know, me personally, I think that for the stigma of what black people had to endure, because we're forever with people like you perpetuating the nonsense that black people hate white people, you know, black people hate, you know, this, they hate that. You know, you put more into dividing races than actually uniting.
And am I doing that by speaking the truth of what's really happening? Am I divided by really pointing out what's going on?
You are a ridiculous person.
Answer that question first before you go to the attacks. Am I divided by pointing out what's really going on? Are you saying that I'm dividing in that way?
It's only going on in your mind.
So affirmative action is not real?
I got to stop it right there. It ain't just going on in Jesse's mind. I said it before. I don't agree with all the man's points and how he delivered it. Not all, but there's some things that I can agree with. And I'm a man of truth. I like truth. I like being truthful. I'm not perfect, far from perfect. I've made mistakes, but I'm man enough to own up to my mistakes and admit to it so that I can heal and change. So I'm not for sugarcoating anything. I guess that's why I like listening to this man, where he tells the truth. And from what I see and my perspective, I do see a lot of my people begging for help, begging for things, instead of getting out themselves and making it happen, or working with each other and helping each other lift ourselves up. It's individual. Everybody's not the same out here. There are a good number of people like myself who do what we're supposed to do and try to pull ourselves up and the ones around us best way we can. However, it's unfortunate that the other half that don't want to do the same thing and put in the necessary work, they seem to pull on us. However, you know, some people call it crabs in the bucket or whatever. But for me, I have to strengthen myself even more so I can pull them up with me. I ain't kicking nobody off, but if you can't hang on, you can't hang on. Because I know what's going on. But I do think we got to put a little bit more effort into it and stop asking people publicly for help, and let's help ourselves. And let's not do things to help each other for the publicity or fame. If you do something to help someone, you're doing it from your heart. I don't need to record that. I don't need to put that out for the world to see if that's genuinely who you are and the spirit spoke to you and asked you to do something. I'm going to play it. We almost through.
Jessie, when it comes to
answer that first. Atticus, I'm allowing you to speak.
Yeah.
So are you saying that affirmative action is not real?
It's real and it's necessary.
Okay, are you saying that? Hold on, Atticus.
I thought we were having a conversation.
I'll let you speak now, Atticus. I'll let you speak now. Follow up.
Let's have a conversation.
I'm about to put you on hold if you don't shut up. So listen.
You tell anybody to shut up. I'm not your bitch. Nigga.
You act like my bitch.
No, you act like a bitch.
You act like my bitch. You're complaining.
No. See, that's where you wrong. You
So
have more
Atticus,
female
Atticus,
spirits
come
than the
back.
average woman.
Atticus,
You know?
come back.
No,
So are you saying affirmative action is not real?
Did you not hear me? You
No.
got the ears the size of a satellite.
What did you
Why
say?
can't you hear? I already answered that question.
What did you? What
don't
was your
listen
answer?
when people talk to you? See, there we go. We
I'm
have
gonna
a
ask you one more
conversation,
time.
but you
What
don't
was
have
your
to
answer?
listen to me.
What was your
Your
answer?
ears as big as a satellite, and I told you.
Atticus, what was your answer?
Did you just hear me say yes?
Goodbye. I appreciate your call. You're refusing to discuss the truth. Beta!
Hang yourself, nigga.
Wow.
Beta! See how violent he is?
It's a lot of angry people out here. There's a lot of angry people out here. When you get angry like that and you let people push your buttons like that, you got unhealed spots in your soul or in your past. You got to heal. Long ago, I used to let people push my buttons like that, and it took me to experience it enough to learn. Like, there's no way in the world I would let somebody get up under my skin like that. There's no way in the world. It ain't a thing that you can say to me that's gonna upset me like that anymore, because I know who I am and I know the things that I say, the truthness behind it, where it don't really even matter to me what you say or think. I plant seeds. And sometimes I can water it after I plant it, and sometimes I gotta wait for Mother Nature to do what she do too, and hope that they get water and grow. But I definitely will come back and check on it. But I don't know, man. A lot of people are violent. They get upset. I wouldn't let the man upset me. I'll have a conversation with him. If he don't feel like I answered the question, and I know that I did, and I think he got some type of hearing problem, I'm gonna say it louder for him, or I'm gonna say it in a different language for him. I don't want nobody to say, "Hey, he failed to conversate with me. He don't want to have a decent conversation and dialogue about something." No, I'm gonna do that so we can get it out. If it's a point that I'm trying to make, you got to be able to articulate what you're saying so that people can understand. Everybody can't understand what's coming out your mouth sometimes, especially if your emotions involved. I do it myself. I get so passionate about some stuff, anything come out. I don't know, man. Stay real and stay true. Stay real and stay true. 2024 and on, you got to stay real and stay true. Stop hiding the truth. The only way we're going to get things fixed is if we discuss it and inject in dialogue. That's all I'm doing. I'm just playing y'all this man video, and I wanted to interject on it because I ran across it the other day, and I was like, wow, he's pretty blunt. You think Kevin Samuel was hard? This man pretty straightforward. I'm gonna go and play. We almost through.
Violent, because they can't handle the truth. Affirmative action is real. Black people have been begging and making white people give them affirmative action. Now they're begging and trying to make them give reparation. And then they try to make the white people let them into their businesses without earning their way. That's a weakness. And he mentioned some black guy was thrown out of Princeton when they found out that he was black or something. And if somebody, my grandparents always told me, if you're not welcome in someone else's home, you wish them well, and you go and build your own home. They have a right not to want you there.
I say that all the time. Hey, I like this dude. I say that all the time. Stop begging these folks for jobs. Stop begging these folks for school. Create your own way. Create your own way. Now, that's going to divide us. When you say create your own way, that's going to divide us. And you're going to see the people, grown people, who can't do that. They can't figure out nothing to do to create some type of income for themselves. And that's sad. That's to let us know, listen, all our skin might be the same color, brown, but all of us not the same. All of us are not the same. You got Some of us out here that'll create stuff on our own. We'll think. We'll go harder in the paint. And then you got another group of us, they won't. You got another group of us they're half step. You got another group that might support the people. We're not all the same. Everybody don't want to do it. So what we need the government to do, or hear us out on this time, stop lumping us all together. Stop putting us all together. We ain't all the same. Everybody don't think the same. Everybody don't think the same. Some people don't want to do nothing. They gonna cry and join the crowd to say they need help and this and that, and then ain't gonna do nothing at all. But if they was to give us help, true, we all could use it. Who couldn't use? Who can't? I don't think there's no race of people out here that couldn't use or would turn down any amount of help that comes their way. But ain't nobody depending on it. Ain't nobody for real depending on it. You might got a good number of people depending on, but real thinkers and go-getters ain't depending on that at all.
They don't want you there. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not racism. That's not anything, but they don't want you at their house. Go build your own house. That's what the Jews did. When the Jews went through those thing with, what they call that thing? Holocaust? Yeah, the Holocaust. They built their own, everywhere they go, they build. And they take over. They ain't begging. They ain't blaming. Why don't black people do the same thing?
That's that man's opinion. Y'all don't get it. Don't
if a white man can do it,
opinion.
You can do it. Black people used to know that. They knew that at one time, but they forgot when they gave their lives over to the black civil rights leader. Now, you heard this guy, Atticus, begging like a woman. And you mad at me because I won't go along with it. I ain't going along with that crap. I was trained differently. I had better examples than that in my life. Ain't no way in the hell I'm going down that road. I'm living in the greatest country in the world.
I agree.
And have the greatest constitution in the world. And they're trying to change it. The Democrats are trying to change the Constitution. They're tearing down the statues.
I told y'all about that Constitution. You better learn the Constitution. It's 2024. Ain't no reason you shouldn't know the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. It ain't even that long. 2 pages, 2.5 of that. There's no reason why you shouldn't know the Constitution. I try to tell people this a lot. Learn that Constitution. Because if you learn that Constitution, then you'll see on the pieces of paper of what you've been deprived of. But you have no clue if you won't even read it. And then the thing about it, I don't even want to talk to nobody who ain't read it because you don't know what I'm talking about.
Monuments and the flags like that gonna make black people better. They're only making them worse. Black males and white males too, but white males are scared of following fat black radical lesbians. I'm out done with that. I can hear my grandmother now. Lord have mercy. What didn't happen? I never thought I'd see a male follow a woman, period, but especially a black lesbian. What the? Who say that they're Marxists, who hate God, who hate the family, their nuclear family. They'd rather have a lesbian so-called family and pretend it's a family. Anyway, it's a spiritual battle, folks. Really. A warfare between good and evil. Amazing.
Y'all check my man out, Jessie Peterson. Listen, I like him. I just discovered him. I wanted to share him with my community. You can watch him if you want to. If you don't, cool. I'm going to be covering a lot of podcasts that I listen to. And let's interject in dialogue. Let's listen to one another. Tell me what you think. Get in the comments. Hit that like button. Tell me what you think. This is this man's perspective, his point of view. It might be a lot of people out there that feel exactly like he do or similar to the way he do. But I don't know. I'm just saying this is somebody, I like some of the points that he made. And hey, I feel the same way on some stuff. We need to try harder. We need to work harder. Stop looking for somebody to save you. Because it might not be nobody's going to come out there to save you. But that's cool. Till next time, this is Leroy with Talks with Leroy on the Unpopular Opinion. I'll holler at y'all. I'm out.